One of the biggest lies that we've been told is have a plan. That's all you need to succeed. Have goals, have a plan, and you'll succeed. Anybody else believe that? Been told that? I'm the only one in the room? Okay. Well, here's the thing. That's not true. That is not true. I've been told that. I've been told that so much. So why, when I put a plan together, does it fail so often? Anybody else had a plan fail just this year? Yeah, a few of them for me. I had one fail today, So there's 3 types of plans that we put together in our life. We put together plans around our health, we put together plans around our wealth and our career, and we put together plans around relationships. Why is it that everybody says set smart goals, have goals, set a plan? Then why are 95% of those plans failing? That's what the data tells us. You see, what I want to share with you today is the number one reason why a plan fails. And I don't want to just give you the reason why a plan fails, I want to give you the solutions to how to overcome that plan failing. That's my objective in the next few minutes, is to be able to help you do that. You see, what makes a plan stick? What makes a plan stick? Not only am I going to show you what makes a plan stick, I'm going to help you understand why it fails. What makes a plan stick is, what do I do in the low moments? It's not what I do in the peak moments. It's really easy when you start a new weight loss journey and you lose 4 pounds in the first 3 days. And then all of a sudden you eat those Cheetos and you're like, crap, I did it again, I'm quitting. Yeah, some of you know what I mean. Got some honest people in this room. What do you do in the low moments determines if a plan succeeds permanently. And so what I want to do, and I love this quote from Mike Tyson. I don't love Mike Tyson, but I love this quote from Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson says, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. I've got a really, really honest question. In your health, in your wealth, or in your relationships, has anybody, and I want honest people only here, has anybody ever been punched in the mouth? Yeah. Now let me ask you even a little bit more granular. Have you been punched in the mouth this week? Yeah, some of you. And so in the next 10 minutes, what I'm going to tell you are the 5 things that when you get punched in the mouth, what to do in those moments. That's what I'm going to share with you. Nobody in my 45 years on this planet has ever taught me this. They've always taught me to set goals, but they've never told me to do what to do when the goals aren't going according to plan. And that's most of our life. And so I want to help you understand that in the next few minutes. So let me walk through it. How did I learn these 5? I learned them because I put a plan together with my wife and I got punched in the mouth a lot. So I'm not going to go with the health bucket or the wealth bucket. I'm going to go with the relationship bucket for a minute. So here's how our family plan started. I come from a Mexican family. My dad is one of 8 kids. And I went to watch this movie with my wife in Michigan called Cheaper by the Dozen. Who's seen Cheaper by the Dozen? I walked out of there and I thought to myself, if I have 10 kids, I'd have 2 more than what my grandma Lolly did. So I told my wife, babe, let's have 10 kids. And she said, are you smoking crack? But this is what happened. We began to plan what our kids would look like in our family plan. And we started to realize, okay, we can't have kids of our own because she has lupus and 0% chance to ever have kids. And doctor said it could kill her even if we got pregnant, it would kill her. So we started talking about this plan. Cool, we'll adopt. How many of you want? Not 10. She said 2. We met in the middle and came up with 4 or 5. It's perfect. And so thus began our journey of the not so perfect plan. Because just because we had that plan does not make it a linear path. There's highs and there's lots of lows. And it's what you do down here that matters. So, lesson number 1. We put ourselves into adoption agency. Has anybody in this room ever adopted? Let me see show of hands. Wow, not many. Is there anybody in this room adopted? It's an amazing experience. So we put ourselves in the adoption pool, and they tell us, you got to create this booklet, and you have to look really good and talk really good about yourself, because the birth mom's going to look at this booklet, and they're going to make a decision if they like you just from your pictures and your bio and all of that. And a birth mom chooses us. We put this booklet together. She chooses us in 2007. Her name was Monique. And we rush to the hospital. She tells us she wants us to be the parents to her baby girl. We ask her, why did you choose us? She said, because nobody in my family has ever had 2 parents. And I want to break that generational curse. So we take the baby home, we're ecstatic, we name her Emma, we're home, 3 days in, we're celebrating with our friends, our pastors, everybody in our world. We get a phone call, the adoption agency in Colorado, you have 5 days to change your mind. And the adoption agency calls and says, Monique has changed her mind, she wants her baby back. I said, F this adoption process. Do you see how quickly it is to give up on a plan in the low moment? We stayed up all night with this baby girl. We cuddled her, we hugged her, we kissed her. We went to the adoption agency the next morning. It's me, my wife, my mother-in-law. I go, why did you do this to us? You told us you wanted 2 parents. My mother-in-law's like, why did you do this? You were so convicted. We were laying into her. Today I wouldn't, because I think it's heroic when a mom gives up a baby. And then my wife says the words that completely changed my dynamic with adoption. I said, what do you have to say? She said, thank you for the last 3 days. It's really easy to have gratitude in the high moments in your life when things are going really well. It's really freaking difficult to do it in the low moments. Her gratitude had me say, I'm not giving up on this plan. Lesson 2. We get a call about a year later on Easter. It says, a birth mom's going into labor this morning, and she's chosen your booklet. And we're like, do we want to do this? Last time it was rushed. It didn't go too well. And we say yes. And on the way up to Grand Junction, Colorado, I hear a voice. I won't tell you what I feel the voice is, but I hear a voice inside. And the voice says, it's a boy, and he's yours. Whoa, we didn't know the birth. We get up to Grand Junction, we meet Lacey, she's so excited. She tells us the same thing that Monique told us, I'm excited. She gives birth 2 hours after meeting her to a baby boy. We name him Keaton, I hold him, I'm like, oh my God, it is a boy. Like, that voice was correct. And we're about to take him back home to Colorado Springs, and the birth mom gets one final opportunity to hug the kid. And all I can hear in her hospital room is weeping and crying. And you know what starts to happen in this mind? Here we go again. It's going to happen again. All the way home, I'm freaking nervous. My mind is racing. I'm thinking of every worst case scenario. A day felt like a year. And people are telling me, remember what the voice said going up. Like, don't forget that. He's a boy and it's yours. Yeah, but it's not mine. It's not mine. It's not going to happen. 5 days later, we signed the paperwork and we got to take home and permanently keep my first son right there. And here's what I want you to know. Here's what science tells you. Your mind will try to trick you even more in the low moments. You are in fight or flight mode when things aren't going according to plan. And if you can identify that now, right now, before you put yourself in the situation, you can freaking kick those thoughts to the curb knowing that you are in fight or flight mode. And your mind's going to try to play tricks on you. So make that decision today before you get into the fight. So we kind of had to back up here a little bit now, started down here, back up here, and we kind of took about an 18-month break. We're like, forget this for a little bit, we need to breathe. And a family friend comes to us and says, there is a girl. She's giving birth in this women's shelter that took in women who had been abandoned. And we told her that you guys should adopt her. And we're like, really? Did she choose us? 100%. Guys, this was the easiest adoption yet. I'm like, cloud nine, this is unbelievable, here we go. But it's across state. And so we fly to Nashville, we get the call December 6th, 2009. And we go up there and we meet our baby girl, Mia Joy. We name her Mia Joy. And we're celebrating. We know nothing's going wrong this time. This girl made a decision months ahead. We're celebrating, but we have to wait 1 week in Nashville because you can't cross state lines until it's official. And the day before we're about to fly home and sign the paperwork, my wife has a major stroke in our hotel room. We rush back to the same hospital that we adopted the baby from. It's a completely different perspective going back this time. And the doctors basically tell me she is not going to make it. I've got an 18-month-old and a 3-day-old, 6-day-old baby. And all I can tell you, for the next, she's on life's or whatever, like breathing machine. She's not breathing on her own. It attacked all of her organs. It's for sure she's going to pass away. It's Christmas season. And all of a sudden, my mother-in-law takes me in the cafeteria and she says, are you ready to raise 2 kids as a single dad? I had a decision right there to make. And she said, if you are, I've got your back. And then I had friends say, I got your back. And I had family members say, I got your back. And all of a sudden, community came around me. They began to pray for my wife. They were passing my son off. Everybody wanted to take him to their home. I have to have Mia there. I'm making a decision. I made a decision that I was not giving this baby girl up, even if my wife did not make it. 21 days later, a miraculous thing happened. The doctor said, we have no idea why this took place. I'm going to tell you it was because of the power of prayer, but they said, we have no idea why this thing took place, but her brain activity is coming back. And on 22 days later, she walked down the hallway with me very slowly to sign the paperwork on my baby girl, Mia Joy. For me, this might be the most important lesson. Community matters. People surrounding you who love you, who care for you deeply, who are your ride and dies, who will go to the extreme for you, that flipping matters. It matters so much to me. Like this matters. I would have never said yes to keeping Mia if all of the people in my life did not say, we've got your back. Would have never. I hope you have community around you, because in those low moments, they'll lift you up. 4th one. We said we're done. 1 boy, 1 girl, we're through. Like we needed a breather. And friends in our local church said, hey, there's this baby girl that was just given birth. She was born at 1.3 pounds, 23 ounces. Her twin sister died right away. Do you guys want to adopt her? I'm like, hell no. I didn't say that, but I thought that. And we went and met her. And she was in this foster mom's home who has a calling to take in babies who are told they will never live to be a year old. She had taken in hundreds of babies in her life to try to speak life back into them, love on them. And she did. And we met this baby girl, and we didn't name this baby girl, but we found out that her name was Emma. And we took her in. And the doctors told us, you do not want to adopt her because she is not going to live to be 1 year or 2 years. And every night, me and my wife said, you are clothed in strength and dignity, and you laugh without fear of the future. Until she started repeating it back to us. Guess what? Emma's doing pretty good today. Get the people out of your life who are speaking death over you. There's power, life, and death in the power of the tongue. And more death that's spoken over us, the more we begin to believe it. Not only get those people out of your life, you stop doing it. You stop doing it. And so we were like, all right, that's it. We're done. We got a boy. We got 2 girls. We're done. Like, I know it's 3, but my wife technically considered it 4 because 1 got taken away from us. So we're like, we got our 4 to 5. We stuck to our plan until we turned 40. And all of a sudden, that happened. We got pregnant for the first time. And our sweet little baby Shiloh was born. Here's what I want to tell you as I close out today. And I really hope that you will take a picture of these and you will remember them in your low moments right here. I hope that you will remember these 5 things, because these 5 things are the thing that did not have us give up on our plan. It's not what happens in the high moments, it's what happens in the low moments. It's what you do in those low moments, and if you will begin to do that, it will change the game. Will you close your eyes really quickly? That last thing that I said, most of you in this room have stopped dreaming big. Most of you in this room have stopped dreaming big. And there's something that you've given up on. And I want you to put that in your mind and think about what that is. Here's what I want you to know. Look up at me. If I would have given up on that plan, which I wanted to about 10 times, everything you see over there on the left-hand side would not exist today on this planet. What's missing in your life from giving up on your plan? Because it's the not so perfect plan that will happen to actually have your plan succeed. Thank you guys so much for letting me be here with you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.